Hey, it's John McNicholas. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe down below. Leave me a comment. Maybe there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. And check out my Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you're going to get a PDF and a Guitar Pro file for this lesson and hundreds more. Grab a guitar. Let's play. There's three main guitar parts I want to cover in this video. We're going to start off with the rhythm, then we're going to go to that melody line that starts off the song, and then finally we'll talk about the solo parts towards the end. So I'm using a Boss tremolo pan pedal. I've got the distortion just barely touched on the amp, and I've got a capo here on the first fret, so you can play along with the record. So we're going to have an E minor chord, we're going to have a G chord, we're going to have a B minor, and then we're going to have an A major. And it's going to come in during the chorus, so during the verses you're not going to have this, but it's going to be coming in during the chorus. And we're just going to do a down, up, down, up, down, up real softly. That's going to be the whole song and the choruses. And at the end. So it's E minor, G, B minor, A, and it's going to go round and around. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and it sounds great. So now let's talk about that melody part. There is a ton of variations on that. So I don't know if they sampled it on the record and kind of put it in where they needed to, because there's definitely some parts that sound like the actual audio file was like clipped off, where he probably played the part and they clipped it out. So let's talk about all the different variations, and then I'll kind of go through it piece by piece. We're going to start with the intro. So we're going to have an open E, and then we're going to go 0, 2, 3. So boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to go to the 5th string, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, and then I'm going to slide from the 4th to 5th fret from the capo, so actual 5th and 6th, and then I'm going to lift off. So, and then we're going to have another little slide from 4 to 5, back to 4, back to 2, back to 0. So that whole intro. Here it is again. And that's just one of the patterns that you're going to hear a lot in this song. Let's talk about the first verse. Let me scroll my notes up there. The first verse is going to start with that exact same pattern. And then it's going to go to a pattern that's just a little different. It's still going to have that same beginning, but then it's going to have, so that's going to be 3 on the 6th fret, and this is all past the capo, then open 5th string, and then 2 on the 5th string, so, and now we're going to do that little slide up to 5, and then the open note. And that's going to be the 2nd pattern. So very similar. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Now, armed with those two patterns, you've got most of the song, but where they come in and out is a little different from part to part. So that's the first 4 measures of the verse. Second 4 measures of the verse are going to be the same first part, but a different second part. It's going to be very similar, but in the second half we're not going to do the, we're just going to go to the and let it ring out. So the second half of the second 4 bars and it's just going to hang on that. So altogether, so far, we have and that's going to be the first verse. Let's take a look at the first chorus. The first chorus is going to be easier to memorize because it's just going to have two patterns that play back to back. We've got that first pattern that has all the slides between 4 and 5, and then we've got a second pattern that just ends with a. So I'll play the first pattern. Then we have that second pattern. Both patterns are going to repeat. Just like that. Before the second verse comes in, we've got just a little 2-measure break. It's going to start similar. And then it's going to go to the 5th fret. So boom. And now we're going to get into the second verse. Second verse is going to be much like the first verse, but it's going to have a different ending. So we're going to have those first two main patterns. It's going to repeat. And it's going to end with just that little slide up. No open note. So that last little bit. And it's going to cut off. Second chorus, same as the first chorus. It's going to have two patterns that repeat, and then that will repeat, but then on the third time through, we're going to have a slightly different thing where it just ends with the again. So I'll just do the main pattern. It's going to do this 2 times. This little section I'm going to play 2 times, and then I'll play the third time through so you can hear that. So that's the one pattern. That will repeat twice, and then going into the next set of 4 measures, we have 2 patterns. You've heard these before. And then this one is also going to cut off right there on that slide up. So now we get to the guitar solo section of the song. It's going to have a 16 measure outro. It's going to start off with the we know that one, and then it's going to go and that first time through, it's just going to end with a slide from 4 to 5. So that last little bit. Now the remaining 3 times, it's going to play the intro pattern over and over again. So we'll have the 0, 2, 3. And it'll do that 2-part progression 3 more times. So normally I'm not really big on transcribing solos. I find it sort of boring. I think it's more interesting for you to come up with your own solo. That said, I really liked this one, so I took a dive at it. It's going to be an F minor. You can start with the pentatonic scale if you want to. And then I'm going to move higher up and down the neck. So I'm going to go through this. I don't know if he played it with a capo on or not, but I'm going to talk actual frets here, because when you start getting up above the 12th fret or even higher up the neck, it gets confusing. So let's talk about the little intro riff that kicks off after the pause. So I'm sliding up to the 5th fret. This will all be actual frets. 4th string, then back to the 3rd fret, 3rd string, then 5th fret, 3rd string. The next little bit, we're going to slide up on the 3rd string to the 10th fret, and then we're going to bend that up a full step, then come back to the 7th fret, 3rd string, back to the 9th fret. A couple measures later, you've got a really cool little sting. It's just one note played on the actual 13th fret 2nd string. A little vibrato at the end. A couple measures later, you've got a little bit that goes from the 16th fret of the B string, and then the 13th fret of the 1st string. Keeping with that F minor pentatonic. A couple measures later, you have a really cool riff that starts on the 3rd string, 15 to 17. So you're hammering on. And then back down on the 4th string, 15, 13, 15. The next measure's got a cool little slide that goes from 3 to 5 on the 3rd string. Next we've got a cool little run, starting with the open string, 1st fret really, then 2, 4, 5, 4, 2, 0, or 1st fret. So it's going to be actual 1, 3, 5, 6, back to 5, 3, and then 1 where the capo is. You can do it in one pick if you want to. A few measures later, you have a cool little slide part, and that's going to ring out. You're going to go from 8 on the 4th string to 8 on the 3rd string, slide up to 10, then back to 8. Next we got a little part, might be my favorite part. We're going to start on the 3rd string 8th fret to the 10th fret of the 4th string. And we're going to make sort of like that D shape, but we're going to do it with our 1st finger on the 9th fret, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 8th fret. We're going to hit that twice, and then lift off the 1st finger so you've got the bar with your 1st finger barring the 8th fret. Cool little riff. Closing out the song, we've got a couple cool little riffs all in a row. It's going to start on the 8th fret, 3rd string. So it's going to be 3rd string, 8th fret. So 3 notes. 3 notes on the 4th string, 10th fret. It's going to repeat. And then we're going to have a slightly different version of it. So that's going to end up back down on the 7th fret. So, rather 8th fret. Hard to keep track. So, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. That last note on the 8th fret of the 4th string. And then we're going to have a cool little so we're going to start on the 9th fret, 2nd string. So we're going to go from 9 to 8. And then up to the 3rd string, 10th fret. Back to the 8th string. Then we're going to come back to the 10th fret. We're going to bend that one more time. Back to the 8th fret. And then the 10th fret on the 4th string. And then to end out the song, we've got a repeat of that last little pattern. So that's going to be 9, 8, 10, 8, then back to the 10th fret, 3rd string. And then I'm taking my little pinky and I'm going to just slide it up 1 fret to the actual 11th fret. And then back to the 10th fret of the 3rd string. Sorry if that gets a little confusing at times. In the actual tab itself, I have it written out with the capo on, so some of the numbers will be one off, but you'll get the idea, and hopefully you'll check that out. So that is the whole song. That's a lot. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry if that solo section got a little confusing. I definitely recommend checking out the Patreon where you can download that for as little as $5 a month. If you like the video, please like and subscribe down below. Let me know if there's another song or artist you'd like to see me cover. And then again, check out that Patreon. I think it's totally worth it. There's a few hundred songs up there at this point, and it's only growing weekly. Thanks. I'll see you again in the next lesson.